Hi, so it's Neverender from the Clean NFTs Discord here in robot form, and I'm doing this video to cover some of the basics of the Near blockchain. Before I get into that, I just want to shout out the Discord and everyone in it. Thanks for being a part of the group and for all your questions and support and conversations. It really means a lot to all of us in here who've been kind of pushing this movement forward for the past several months. For anyone who's new, this group is probably the best place on the internet to learn about how to mint NFTs in a sustainable and eco-friendly way. And we're here to just help each other learn about our options as artists and collectors while we navigate this NFT space. So for anyone who's in there, please, make yourself known if you haven't. Please keep rocking with us. We're here and we have some cool stuff that we're working on. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. So also, if you happen to be on Twitter, please follow us, give us a like. This is probably the best place to stay up to date with what we're doing at the moment. With that being said, let's take a look at the Near blockchain. So the Near blockchain is a proof-of-stake blockchain. It's one that I would say is actually a pretty fun ecosystem to explore. There's a lot of opportunities for creators, developers, folks that want to plug themselves into a blockchain and join the various communities within it. It is open source and it also happens to be climate neutral certified. So if you want to learn more about that, you can click on this link on their front page and read about how they've reduced their carbon footprint to the point where they're carbon neutral. Because it is proof of stake, you do get the speed and the reduced cost, the severely reduced cost when it comes to gas fees. So things are a lot cheaper and a lot faster on this blockchain. If you are an Ethereum user, you can bridge your assets over to Near, including your tokens and smart contracts. So it makes it that much easier to get involved because there's less friction to bring those things over. Now, it does cost a fee when you do this bridging, and that's with most cases when you're moving things from Ethereum to a different blockchain. There's always going to be an Ethereum fee. But once you've brought your thing over, it's a lot cheaper to move within the Near ecosystem and do cool things with it. So who's building on Near? This is just a small subsection of the different things that are on the Near blockchain. Specifically in the DAO sector, there are a lot more DAOs and groups than the 8 that are on here. There are so many different ones out there. We're going to take a look at specifically the wallet, the Near wallet, and then the NFT, some of the NFTs that exist on the blockchain. And this website just got redone, so there is a lot of resources and information you can dig into. I highly recommend you take a look because, again, this is a blockchain that is putting a lot of its, a lot of support behind the community. So this is definitely a place where you can be rewarded for adding value to the ecosystem as a whole, the groups that exist within it, like ours, like the Clean NFT Guild. So with that being said, let's take a look at the wallet because this will be the first step in your journey into the ecosystem. So the first thing you'll notice is that the wallet is a little bit different. At the moment, there's not like a MetaMask that you'll use when you're starting out with Near. You're going to reserve an account ID. So this is kind of like your wallet address, but it's human readable. So you could do something like this, and that would be your address. Now, after you've reserved it, you do have to activate it by sending it at least one Near, I believe. And this is kind of used to help prevent bots and spammers from taking all the IDs. Now, once you're in there, it'll look something like this. I'm using actually a testnet account, so you can spin one of those up if you just want to test things out. This is not a real amount of money that I have in here. I wish it was, but this is just test tokens here. But you can send, receive, just like you would in any other wallet. Here, this will show you some of the exchanges that are supported. If you're in the US, you'll probably be funding your account through Gate.io. I personally use Binance.us. I buy something like EOS, which is another proof of stake blockchain that is on Binance.us, and I send my EOS to Gate.io and then convert that to USDT and then convert that to Near. So a couple steps there, but if you're not in the US, it's a lot easier to purchase Near. The other thing you can do is staking. So if you want to have some passive interest or some passive income, you can stake your tokens just like you would on Tezos or Cardano or any other proof of stake network, and you'll be able to get some tokens rewarded to you. Now, there is a lockup period for doing this, and I believe you're notified about that when you do stake. I think it's like 72 hours, something like that. And that just means that it will take some time if you want to unstake to receive those tokens back into your main wallet. You can also see your NFTs here in a pictorial form here, so it's pretty cool to be able to see it in your wallet and not have to go all the way to like OpenSea or something. So now let's take a look at some of the platforms that exist. So this is Paris.io, or .id, I'm sorry, and this is kind of like an art card NFT platform. It started out with this art card format, but ever since version 2, they've uploaded it, they've updated it so that you can add artwork that isn't in this format, this vertical format. So if you wanted to do something that was square, you still can. Something like this. And they've updated some of the different file types and things that you can add to this platform. As you can see, here's the information that all the NFTs carry. So the metadata, the royalties, the copies, the description, and the link to the IPFS file that is associated with the NFT. You also have information about the owners and the history of the NFT. And let's take a look at the market. Again, this is meant to be a quick overview. We'll probably do videos that are a little bit more in depth in the future. So here you can see some of the NFTs. Again, same thing. And there are different categories as well. You can also filter through these if you want. And there's a card for card initiative. So this is kind of a community-run initiative to help stimulate the marketplace and get NFTs flowing from one wallet to another. The thing that I think is really cool about this platform is publications. So they've really encouraged the community to add some context to the NFT collections that they upload. So for example, let's take a look at one of these. So let's see this one. So here you can see this person wrote some information about the collection that they've uploaded here. And to me, this kind of helps sell the NFT. It helps give a little bit more, whether it's lore or information about the rarity, breakdown, and things like that. It's just a cool way to give more context to an entire collection versus just relying on the metadata description by itself. They also just recently opened their platform up so that anyone can mint on this. You had to be verified before you could mint. Now it's open. If you do want to verify, you'll get a nice badge, so there still is incentive to get yourself verified on the platform. Also, they just launched a token, and if you want to learn more about that, there's a white paper link where you can read more about the plans they have for this token and what kind of things you might be able to do in the future with that. Okay, the next one, again, we're just going to touch on this briefly because we'll do another in-depth video about this platform. But this is Mintbase. And so Mintbase allows you to develop on your own smart contract. And in this case, when you deploy a store, you're actually deploying your own smart contract. What that gives you is the ability to set a lot of parameters for your store, as well as allow other people to mint under your store. So we actually have a store, the Clean NFTs store on the Mintbase platform, and we will be opening up opportunities for artists to mint under our store. There's the option to do a lot of cool things with the metadata that some platforms, I really haven't seen them do this. There's also the ability to showcase your artwork in a virtual gallery through a collaboration with 3XR. And we'll cover that in another video because it's actually kind of cool. But so yeah, if you're interested, check this out. Again, we'll do another video about this in the future, and we'll cover some of the NFT submissions that we received this month as part of one of our bounties that we had. The last one I'll touch on is MintGate. And so if you want to create token-gated experiences or token-gated content for your collectors, this is how you can do that. So let's say you wanted to do an NFT that unlocks a song download, or let's say you had a page on your website that only your collectors could get into if they hold your NFT. This is how you could do that. So again, I think it's a pretty cool platform, and we'll probably do another video in the future covering specifically how this works. But if you want to dive into it, it's at mintgate.app. And that's it. That was just supposed to be a quick overview. One thing I wanted to shout out is the meta build competition that happened, the hackathon. And this just wrapped up on the Near blockchain. The reason I bring it up is because I think some of the winners from this and some of the folks that submitted to the various prize categories have a lot of cool things that you might be seeing in the Near ecosystem in the coming weeks and months. So one of these, for example, is 2D Verse. And this is kind of like a metaverse platform, but in 2D as opposed to full 3D. So it's kind of cute. You can chat with people. It's mobile ready. You can add things like furniture. You can display your NFTs. So definitely check that out. And again, there are several other projects that got funding and got featured during this hackathon. So it's not just these 7. There are several other ones as well. And with that being said, again, please check out our Twitter. We just this month put out some opportunities thanks to the funding from the Near blockchain. And look out for more of those next month. And also look out for our announcement where we announce the submissions that we selected for the September bounties and open calls. And I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.